The man had only stolen 2 red rats, yet the Vietnamese militiaman grabbed him by the hair with a single swift motion. Even though he was over 2.5 meters tall, he didn't dare straighten his back. Even when he was taken into the village, he forced a kind smile, hoping obedience could save his life because he knew exactly what crimes he had committed. Countless bombs had been dropped from his hands onto the homes of the Vietnamese people, so pilots like him, who had brought devastation, would surely face cruel torment. The militiamen first tied his 4 limbs and pinned him to the ground, then restrained him the way one would when breaking a wild hawk. During this, they even let children torment him with insects. They tried every method to keep him awake, and only after he finally broke down crying did they wrap insects around his neck. Like a dog, he was dragged across the river, tied to a tree, and the torture continued. Dieter cursed them furiously, but they were even fiercer. A deafening gunshot shocked him into unconsciousness, and he woke again 2 minutes later. Seeing that Dieter could no longer maintain his composure, the militiamen threw him onto a vehicle and took him to a mobile command post. There, he met a Vietnamese officer. The officer demanded that he sign a statement admitting the evil of the American government and confessing his own crimes. Dieter immediately refused such an act of treason, but this only made them unleash even harsher methods. They tied his legs and had a water buffalo drag him across the ground, scraping him relentlessly until the animal was exhausted. Next, they hung him upside down from a tree together with a beehive, spinning him like a spinning top. Though he had once flown fighter jets through storms and gunfire, he was now reduced to a toy for the villagers. After being hung for an entire day, the swollen-faced Dieter was stuffed into a well. Only when the militiamen grew tired of tormenting him did they finally pull him out. The next day, Dieter was sent to an old prison. Seeing that the walls were all made of bamboo, he thought it might be a decent place, but he had no idea how wrong he was. Inside were several other captured pilots. The longest held had been imprisoned for 2 years. All of them were skinny as skeletons, mentally broken, hoping every day that peace negotiations would come soon so they might go home. At night, all prisoners were tied together in a cross position. They couldn't turn over, and even their legs were locked in wooden stocks. Because of the local climate and water, one man defecated in his pants every night. This brutal environment only strengthened Dieter's determination to escape. But when he shared the idea, the veterans immediately poured cold water on it because the prison was surrounded by leech-infested jungle, and it was monsoon season. Without water, even if they escaped, they wouldn't survive 3 days. But Dieter didn't give up. He believed the others had simply been imprisoned too long and lost their will. If he started acting, they would follow. First, however, he needed a nail to unlock the handcuffs. The entire prison was made of bamboo, and the only nail was right under a guard's watchful eyes. Dieter told a prisoner to distract the guard while he went to the cook, who usually treated them the best. Using the excuse of needing toothpaste to brush his teeth, he successfully stole the nail. Then he began hammering it on a stone, using his teammates' shadows to cover his movements. The guards noticed nothing.